Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. I'm James. I make watercolor and art YouTube videos here, and today I want to talk a little bit about how I justified my decision to leave my 9-to-5 job and pursue a creative career. Even though I don't have skills yet, I'm building it from the ground up on YouTube and Instagram, so I want to cover the reasons why I made that leap in a little bit more detail. I have one video up, but I didn't feel like it was enough, and I feel like there are probably a lot of people out there, like maybe even you, are questioning whether you should quit your job or whether you're ready to quit your job or whether you are just toying with the idea of trying to build a creative life for yourself and leave a 9-to-5 and just build something for yourself that fulfills you so you can wake up every day happy, working on the things that you're interested in and going after the goals and dreams in your life that you actually care about instead of working for a job that you don't really care about or aren't passionate about. So the first reason that I took the leap to leave my job was I get to do what I want. So it's creatively fulfilling to wake up every day and plan out my day, know what I want to do. And when I was in my job before, it was very routine. It was 9 to 6. I was told what to do. I had to meet KPIs for the quotas, and it just wasn't very enjoyable and it was soul sucking. I felt very drained, and yeah, I just didn't want to do it. I remember I would wake up and feel like I just didn't want to do it on Sunday night, especially before Monday. Actually, I worked Sundays, so Saturday night, I guess, I felt like, oh, I don't want to wake up and do work tomorrow. Not from like a depressed point of view or anything, just like, oh, I don't like work. So that was the first indicator that was like, okay, there's probably a better way for me to exist out in the world yet, and even if other people have done it and it seems difficult, I can do it too. So I'm just going to take the leap. And the second point is I feel fulfilled to take this path of content creation and making art, learning how to draw, learning how to paint instead of going to a job that I don't care about. I feel really good about myself when I am able to help people in a way that makes sense to me. Perhaps I am a little bit neurodivergent and working for a corporate position where all of the profits are mainly going to the shareholders and the people at the top doesn't really feel ethical or fair to me, and it doesn't leave me feeling fulfilled. Even if I was in a customer service type role, a lot of the time you just get angry complaints and things like that. And I don't know, even when it was a positive complaint, I just felt like it was faceless. There was nothing really tying it to me, and I just felt a little bit disconnected from people that I was helping because it was through the lens of this gigantic corporation that was very impersonal. And yeah, I just didn't enjoy it and I didn't feel fulfilled. So yeah, now these days I wake up every day feeling fulfilled because I can help people and connect with people interested in the same hobbies as me and trying to build a life similar to mine or how it will be in the future. I just really enjoy it, and I wake up every day and I get to go outside and enjoy my life, and yeah, I'm having fun. Okay, the third point is I have my time back. So if you're working a 9 to 6 or a 9 to 5, you have 40 to 44 hours or 45 hours, not including overtime, where your time is essentially owned by the corporation or the freelance work or whatever you're doing for that huge amount of hours in your week. It's tied up to something that is not in your control, and you don't really have control over your life, and your time is being guided or steered down a path that is away from the fruits of your labor. I was a sociology major in my master's degree in Japan, by the way. If you can't tell, I like my capitalism and sociology terms, and I really feel kind of like radicalized me a little bit to take this path as well. I feel like if I hadn't have done sociology, I probably wouldn't care that much, and I would just think of myself as a cog in a company and I'm getting a paycheck and I would be happy. But I really want to try and do something different with my life and this channel and help as many people as possible live their true dreams and have their time back, because time is literally the only currency on earth that we do not get back once it's spent or used up or taken advantage of by companies. Obviously it's a contract, right? You can decide to do those things by yourself, but yeah, those are the reasons why I wanted to take my time back, and yeah, I did. Okay, the next one is also tied to corporations, and it is I have a chance to build something for myself. So I didn't own the company. Even if I had some shares or stocks in the company, it was very minimal, and I didn't really feel like I had ownership over anything in my life. And with YouTube or Instagram or building an audience or making a portfolio for yourself and building skill sets and learning how to be a creative entrepreneur yourself, it's a very rare chance in life to be able to take control of your life and build something for yourself in the way that makes sense to you and how you want it to be. And you get full control and freedom over how you want to go about things, and it just suits my personality more, so that's why I chose to. The next one is I have a chance to genuinely help people directly. So through this YouTube channel or through Instagram or through perhaps indirect ways as well, if someone comes across my content as inspired by it, or even if they get triggered by it, if they're angry and they disagree with me, I have affected somebody's life in some way that is going to help get their brain thinking about ways that they could reorganize their life for a way that suits them better. You can help people more directly, and you don't really have to go through the lens of a company or something to get your things that you want done in the world. Okay, the next one is about aging. So I'm going to be able to look back on my life and say that I had no regrets when I lived my #best life. So I've had this chapter before where I tried to do something similar. It wasn't an art channel before, but I was a digital nomad after I quit my Twitter job before I came back to Australia and started working for Twitch, and then I've since left that job as well. But during that time, I was in my biggest no regrets period of my life, and I left to be a digital nomad, and it was a lot of fun. I prioritized prioritized taking back my mental health from being burnt out by corporate land, and I didn't really build some audience or skill sets during that time, but it was a really good creative break. And that was the thing that pushed me this time as well to take more time for myself off, is because I know that I'm at the stage now where if I stayed in corporate, I'd have this idea of what my life would look like. I would have been vying for a position in management and raise the ranks, maybe be director and blah, 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 whatever one day. And it wasn't appealing to me. The people that were in the company's positions like that seemed very stressed out, and I didn't want that for myself. I want to build a life that is fun and enjoyable and easy, but creative and makes sense to me. So yeah, I'm going to be able to do that now because I chose to take fate into my own hands and build something with my own time, and yeah, just do something that I enjoy, and I have #no regrets. And the next one is tied to that, but it's I don't have to wonder what if. So what if I had never taken this chance and I'd gotten to like 80, if I make it that far in my life, and I look back on my life and I'm like, oh, what if I'd taken a chance on myself and could have failed or I could have succeeded, but it would have remained this really vague dream. And it's just something that when I think about, I don't want to leave things up to chance. And if I have some inner desire or internal knowing of what I want to do and what kind of way of living in life and being is most suited to me, I'm going to go after it. And the next one is I get to go where I want. So I've had remote jobs and I've had in-office jobs before, and technically you can kind of go where you want with a remote job, but you're still restricted in some ways because you have to have an easy ergonomic work setup or something like that, or maybe your contract might restrict you to where you travel, country or state-wise or something, even if it's remote. So when I took the chance to become a creative entrepreneur here, an artist on YouTube and Insta, yeah, I get to go where I want. I get to wake up, and if I want to go somewhere that day, any time of the day, I can go and do it. I have my routines and things like that, but if I want to change things up, I have the freedom to do that, and it's kind of tied with time. But yeah, I like going places, as I'm tired of my digital nomad time where I was country hopping every month or 3 months, and now I'm in one place, but I like being able to move around during the day. And that was something that an office job where I had to meet KPIs. Once one case was done, another case had entered the queue automatically. So I was just constantly working. I couldn't really even like go to the bathroom when I wanted to sometimes, and you have to go to meetings and everything. But now I just completely free, and I love it. Okay, the next one is also really important, and it's I get to see loved ones and friends and family more than I did before. So when I was in my job, I basically barely saw my parents. I barely saw my friends and anybody that I cared about apart from my partner, because we lived together, and it was just like really depressing. I had often met up with friends before I started working and during breaks and things, but my job was so creatively draining me. Yeah, it just drained my creativity. It drained my sense of wanting to go out and socialize with people, and I just became a little bit reclusive and tried to bide my energy by sleeping, resting, eating things that probably weren't healthy for me, and just like not enjoying my life and being social. So I really value relationships and friends and family in my life, and I wanted to have more time for that, and now I do. So yeah. And the other one is also really important, is I get to work on problems that I actually care about. I want to help artists figure out how to find the best resources. I want to figure out how to share my YouTube journey and how to become a creative entrepreneur online with people. I want to help solve the problems that you guys have. If you have anything that you need help with in your life or your current circumstances, leave it in the comments and I'll try and help you. I just like helping people in general, even if it's not related to the topic of this channel. But those are the things that I really care about. And a lot of the problems that I was solving or being asked to solve in my corporate positions before, they weren't really that exciting. They didn't seem really important to me. They were based about products that they were interesting and have value for people. Otherwise, they wouldn't have paid for those companies' products. But it just wasn't something that I wanted to spend my time on earth and my precious life force doing. So yeah, I really like to work on problems, and I have a really big problem-solving brain. I was an academic as well. I love problems and researching how to fix them and finding resources for other people to have an easier experience to go down a journey, whether that's to learn art, watercolor painting, learn a language. These are the things that genuinely light me up and give me life, and I'm really excited that I get to do that now. And the final one is probably the most relatable if you're working a 9-to-5, especially in the tech sector, but not limited to the tech sector, is I never have to worry about having the rug pulled from under me or losing my job or being let go or laid off ever again. I used to work for Twitter, and Elon Musk took over the company. So I left before it happened, and yeah, it was a little bit threw me for a loop. I felt very disillusioned with corporate stability, and that was when the first seed was really planted that, okay, corporate is nice sometimes, but it's never really something that is for you. So I don't advocate for everybody to become an entrepreneur or anything like that, but even if you just want to switch to freelance or something, I think that's a great step to get time and confidence over your life back, and you don't have to worry as much about having your entire stability or financial assets ripped from under you. And yeah, that's it. So I hope that this helped address any of the problems or things that might have stopped you from trying to go down a similar path of wanting to be self-employed or even take a break from work. Like I've taken career breaks and gotten jobs after it, and hopefully I don't have to again, but if I do, I'm prepared to, but I really want to give this a proper go. And yeah, let me know in the comments what your experiences are with this. I'm genuinely very interested about everybody's stories and ideas and experiences. If you're on the verge of quitting a 9-to-5, especially if you need some help, or even if it's encouragement to stay in your job longer until you can afford to do it. I recognize that not everybody is in a place where they are able to with their responsibilities, and I fortunately am, because I am childless and I don't have that many responsibilities. So yeah, that's why I chose to do it, but I totally get it if you can't do it, and I'm definitely not saying you have to, but I like to get the ideas brewing in people's minds that there are other ways to live that can make you happier. And yeah, the sun is shining. So with that, I will say goodbye, and please subscribe if you haven't yet. And yeah, love you besties. Bye.